In terms of finance, there are $386 trillion in the world's financial system, and now we're seeing them slowly move towards taking sustainability into account, whether that's pension funds, banks, central banks now are really moving. But I think at the end of the beginning, we got to the acknowledgement phase, but we've really got to shift capital at scale, particularly to deal with the environmental issues, climate change, biodiversity loss, but also, which is going to be much harder for capital markets, deal with issues of social justice. So I think the main thing is to bring the world of finance back into the rest of society and not to see it as this sort of separate glittering city on the hill far away. We need to sort of bring it back. And also perhaps change some of the narrative. But if we're looking through the lens of finance, of regeneration, then actually that is a big new agenda for finance.
Everyone's beginning to get the sense now that we're going to have to change. We're going to have to change at a scale and a pace which we haven't done for a very long time. The idea of the Green Swan is that there are moments where approaches to solving big social, environmental, economic problems suddenly come together and things go sort of exponential. At the moment, however, many things that we see in the wider world, like climate change, for example, are going exponentially in the wrong way. Question, how do we actually get them to go exponentially in the right way? And for me, the Green Swan idea riffed off a guy called Nassim Nicholas Taleb. He talked about black swans. Those were exponentially worsening problems. Green swans are the opposite. What we need now is system change. Green Swan Day is just coming back to that message saying we've got to do better and we've got to address the systemic dysfunctions that we now face, not just the being nicer, being better, and a few percentage points of change every year.
Well, we need to think systemically because the really big and important issues of our time, whether it's climate, or it's biodiversity, or it's inequality, they can only be solved by looking at the big picture. It's embracing the scale of the challenge, and it's saying, let's pull all the levers. Let's not just do something technical and mechanical. Let's be, as Tim says, let's be political when we need to be. Let's reframe the conversation. Let's make this as big a change as we possibly can. And none of that means that we ignore the detail. We will go right down into the detail, but it's when I join up the different parts of the answer that I get a systemic solution, and then I unlock everything that we're looking for and the future that we want to build together.